before this video ends, something inside you is going to shift, and you won't be able to go back to who you were before. So don't skip this, don't rush this, just listen closely. Because if these words found you, then you were meant to hear them right now. There's a reason you've been feeling a strange distance from everything lately. The same places don't excite you. The same conversations feel empty. Even the people you once connected with deeply now feel like they're speaking a different language. And you've been asking yourself, what is happening to me? But what if nothing is wrong with you? What if this isn't loss, but elevation? You see, not everyone is meant to stay the same. Some people are designed to evolve, to outgrow, to step beyond what is comfortable and familiar. And when that process begins, it doesn't feel exciting at first. It feels isolating, feels confusing, feels like everything is falling apart. But it's not falling apart. It's falling into place. Think about this. Every time your life started changing, it didn't begin with clarity. It began with discomfort, with questions, with moments where you felt like you didn't belong anywhere anymore. That's because growth doesn't ask for your permission. It demands your transformation. And right now, you are being transformed. You've probably noticed how your awareness has deepened. You can sense things before they happen. You pick up on energy without needing words. You see through people's intentions even when they try to hide them. This isn't something you learned. This is something you remembered. Because a part of you has always known. But here's the part no one talks about. When your awareness increases, your tolerance for anything fake decreases. That's why certain people have started drifting away from your life. That's why certain environments feel draining instead of energizing. That's why you can't go back to being who you used to be, no matter how hard you try. Because you've crossed a line internally. And once you cross that line, there is no return. First, this feels lonely. You may even try to reconnect with your old self, just to feel normal again. But every time you do, something inside you resists. Something feels off. Something reminds you that version of you no longer fits. And that's not a loss. That's a sign. A sign that you are stepping into a higher version of yourself. One that requires a different mindset, a different environment, a different level of awareness. But here's where it gets difficult. This phase, the in-between phase, is where most people give up. Because you're no longer who you were, but you're not fully who you're becoming yet. You feel disconnected from the past and uncertain about the future. This is the moment where doubt becomes the loudest. Where your mind starts questioning everything, where you wonder if you're imagining things, if you're overthinking, if you should just go back to what felt safe. But listen carefully, this is the test. Not a test to see if you're strong, but a test to see if you trust yourself. Because everything you're feeling right now is leading you somewhere. You are not randomly changing. You are being guided. Every experience you've had, every challenge, every moment that made you feel like you were breaking was actually building you into someone who could handle what's coming next. And what's coming next requires clarity. It requires strength. It requires a version of you that is no longer attached to what no longer serves you. That's why things had to shift. That's why certain doors closed without explanation. That's why some connections ended without closure. It wasn't to hurt you. It was to free you. And now, you're standing at a point in your life where you have a choice. You can either resist the change, hold on to what feels familiar, and stay in a place that no longer aligns with you, or you can move forward, even if it feels uncertain, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if you don't have all the answers yet. Because here's the truth most people don't realize. Clarity comes after movement, not before. You're not supposed to have everything figured out right now. You're supposed to trust the process and take the next step anyway. And the moment you do, something shifts. Opportunities start appearing. Connections start aligning. Things begin to make sense in a way they never did before. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And once that shift happens, there is no going back. You start seeing life differently. You start making decisions differently. You start attracting things that match your new level of awareness. And suddenly, everything that once felt confusing begins to feel intentional. But it all starts with this moment. this decision, this realization that you are not lost. You are evolving. So don't rush this phase. Don't try to force answers. Don't go back just because it feels easier. Because where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. And where you're going will make all of this make sense. So trust yourself. Trust what you feel. Trust the path even if you can't see it clearly yet. Because something is happening within you right now. Something powerful. Something undeniable. Something that is preparing you for a life that is completely different from anything you've experienced before. And once you step into it fully, you won't recognize the old version of yourself anymore. Only the one you were always meant to become.